look back at me.
How am I doing, Rick?
And then if you could maybe take that as well.
They are, most of them are cars that I've known for sure, cars that I've owned, most of them. But it's, you know, the cars have a special part of my life, you know, where stories about them that I wrote in the book. I wrote a book and I wanted to do the illustrations. I did a couple of them, and the publisher said, hey, why don't you do them to all of them? And I said, well, are you sure? It's going to take a long time. And he said, yeah, so I went ahead and did it. It was great. It was very relaxing, kind of a Zen experience. Yeah, can't you tell by looking at these pictures?
These are gorgeous. That's what I was going to ask. How do you sort of put them together?
Shades, shadings, and I talk to my girlfriend is my advisor in a lot of these, and I also get, you know, I got feedback on colors from friends, you know. This is also this is the next car that I saw that's in the series, but this is the one that this is the one that long may run that I wrote that about. This is it here. It's a 47 Buick or a 48 Buick Roadmaster. Well, the music is called Storytone. The music and it's going to be well, it's out today. Isn't that an amazing coincidence? Isn't that funny how this works? It's just so what's the synchronous? Yeah, serendipitous. Yeah, that's it. So yeah, and yeah, it's out. It's an album of new songs that I did with an orchestra, sometimes up to 92 pieces, and I sang it in the studio live with the orchestra, and I didn't play an instrument. It's the first time I've ever sung by myself, you know, without holding on to something, kind of a Linus blanket. So I was just, you know, doing it myself. It was very different for me.
Why'd you decide to go that route?
I just felt like it. I just, you know, I mean, I've done a lot of things at a lot of times, and I wanted to do something that I hadn't done and see if I could stretch out a little bit. And I also did versions of all these songs, solo versions of them. So it's a double album. So I did the initial one solo to establish what the song was and recorded those, and then I went into the MGM soundstage, where they did The Wizard of Oz, and recorded with a huge orchestra, and then I went to another great studio, historic studio, where a lot of great records were made in the past in Hollywood. And I just worked with the greatest musicians in Hollywood, fantastic, great musicians, a totally amazing experience. The way that it feels on the planet, without the other things around it, just by itself, is very important. And also the angle well, this is what the player looks like, and this one actually works. It's right on. Yeah, it's Oh, I need earphones. But yeah, it sounds great. It sounds like the music sounds. Yeah. We don't do anything to the music. We don't dummy it down or compress it or do anything to it. So it's what everybody hears. And it's not a hype of what everybody hears. It is what everybody hears. It's the same exact file. So it makes everything you listen through sound better.
You just saw a need and...
Oh yeah, I mean, I felt a need. Yeah, it's about feelings. You get more out of the music when you feel it, and when you can get all of the music, you feel it a lot more. Well, if you want to really hear it, you can hear it on this. This is a Pono player, and this plays. Steve Jobs used to always hold up the iPhone and point at it. And say, I'm not him, but I'm trying to do my best to do this with this. Okay. So thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
Great. Thank you.